All right, what's going on, Tech fans, man? Hey, I gotta talk about Nate George today, man. We'll make this nice, short, and sweet for y'all, man. Look, man, hey, he's been on a tear. Now I know Georgia Tech fans have probably checked out. They're probably like, "Why are you bringing this guy up?" But man, this is what we've been talking about when we talk about Nate George. He's upped his average to 12.1 points per game now. He's one of the best assist men in the ACC, or let alone even in the country. He leads the ACC actually in assists. But I think his game has taken another jump, another step forward, right? And what he's doing is he has a good command of the offense, right? No JV McCullum. Got that same injury he had before, unfortunately, right? That head injury when we ran into Bainadongo. Now, remember, Bainadongo. Remember, he missed time as well, earlier in December with 4 games for the same injury. Lance Terry's been in and out of the lineup, what I'm saying, with what he's been able to do this year, and been a little inconsistent, right? We go back to that game, obviously, against Virginia. He struggled a lot. Probably had one of his worst games of the season. I don't think he scored a basket. What I'm saying? And then obviously he's been dealing with a wrist injury. So Georgia Tech's been rolling out these 6, 7 man lineups, with him, some young guys. Jada Mustafa finally got back. He came back for that game, obviously against Stanford. You have Darian Sutton. He missed time with injury. He's kind of getting back into the fold with him. You've had to start a freshman, Ibrahim Soare. Dorian Achekwu has been out with injury. Kawasi Reed's been out with injury. Luke O'Brien out with injury. So all these guys have been banged up all year long, man. And to be 12-13 and 6-8 in ACC play, no, it's not gaudy. No, it doesn't look good, but it shows the resolve of this team. And the big catalyst right now has been Nate George, right? They've been able to knock off Clemson, who's obviously a quad one opponent. They've knocked off Louisville. And remember, Clemson just knocked off Duke. So if you don't think Clemson's legit, you go look at that. And they have been really good in the ACC against quad one opponents, knocking them off. UNC, I know they're going to have obviously a struggle year this year. Louisville, though, a top-end team. Georgia Tech has knocked all these teams off. And then they did it again last night with Nate George. Third straight 20-point game for him, right? Averaging 21 points per game over the last 5 games, right? 12 straight games in double figures. He's been absolutely balling out, and this is what you want to see from your point guard. And what's been a little disappointing is you want to see these guys take that next step forward. I feel like Nate George, the game is slowing down for him, right? And we said the same about Dongo. Dongo came in as a sophomore, this season, and he was like an all ACC pick, right? He was like a top 50, I think, basketball player according to ESPN coming into the year. So that could tell you the hype, about him. Now he's been playing a lot better as well lately, with his rebound, and you've seen his presence. Only thing when it comes to, obviously, Dongo, he got to stay out of foul trouble. If he can do that, his impact is so valuable, right? You go look at the first half, nearly had a double-double, 11 points and 9 rebounds, right? Finished with 15 points and 16 boards. He's just so valuable on both ends of the floor. He's a great weak side defender. He can grab boards. He can finish around the rim. He can do a lot of things well, and that's helped this team. And then when you have this guy running, obviously, the attack, and he's able to probe into the lane and set up easy opportunities, it makes it tough for defenses. And I love that right now how he's been kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily score first, but he's been looking for his shot a lot more. And now, man, he got that patented mid-range jump shot. He get to his spot, knock it down. Last night, they had a little run, Stanford did. And George was able to kind of quell down the run. They cut it to single digits. He comes right down the court, gets to his spot, pulls up for the jumper, And then the next possession, drives, probes into the lane, and finds a wide open cut in Ibrahim Soare for a slam. So he's been playing at an elite level the last few weeks, and he makes Georgia Tech dangerous. Now, I know you're going to look at me crazy. I ain't saying they're going to go on this run to, to a championship or anything like that. A lot has to go their way. But they're 12-13. If they can win out somehow, some way, they can pick up some more wins, make some damage in the ACC tournament. You never know. They might can sneak in, right? Now, again, that is almost slim to none. But with Nate George playing the way that he's playing, you have to feel really good if you're a Tech fan, especially with the direction of the team, because that's the key part. You want to see your sophomores take that next jump and that next leap. And I feel like he's starting to. I feel like Dongo, staying out of foul trouble, he's starting to kind of be able to take over games and to have these 6-man lineups and this kid balling like this with no Lance Terry, no Javion McCullum, like, he's been balling, man, and he deserves his credit. No one's going to talk about it. It's going to get overlooked because Georgia Tech, nobody's really interested in the hoops right now, but they got a lot of good stuff going for them, man. So I did want to point that out. I did want to talk about that a little bit with how much he's been on the tear. Nate George has been balling, deserves his kudos and his props, man, and he's going to continue to be a fun one to watch, and he can play at this elite level. He's definitely going to be a lot next year. If they can get him and recruit him back just in terms of, being that guy, getting to run the show, They got so much talent coming back next year. They could be potentially dangerous. So we're going to see how the rest of the season kind of, shapes out. But I want to say, Nate George, keep doing your thing. He's been balling. He deserves more credit and praise for what he's been doing with the Yellow Jackets, especially over the last few games.